150 years. A milestone? Definitely. A memory? Never. If these walls could speak, they wouldn't whisper, they would roar. Roar with the voices of those who dared to think, to question, to dream beyond the ordinary. They would echo with the footsteps of generations who walked in as students and left as pioneers, change makers, visionaries. Very Reverend Father General, Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Fathers, Your Excellencies, members of Parliament, President of syndicates and associations, esteemed alumni, distinguished guests, dear friends. USJ is not just a place we once belonged to. It's a fire we carry, a pulse that beats within us, a story that refuses to fade. Today, in the presence of the Very Reverend Father General, we are not gathered to look back. We are here to move forward, to speak, to listen, to remind ourselves that this university is not a relic of the past, it is a living force shaping what's to come. As Pope Francis reminds us, our task is to bring hope into life's different situations. It is a call not to be trapped by old habits, to be unsettled by what is wrong, and to find the courage to change it. 9 voices will rise, 9 journeys will unfold, 9 perspectives, 1 truth. USJ is not history, it's momentum. And as the Very Reverend Father General takes the floor, he will remind us that the Jesuit University's true mission goes beyond teaching. It is a force for hope and reconciliation, dedicated to serving society, fostering unity. And in this pursuit, we must preserve spaces for depth, reflection, analysis, discernment, silence, listening, and prayer. These are the cornerstones that will guide us in our service to Lebanon and the world. So let us not just celebrate, let us ignite, let us keep the flame alive, keep the pulse strong. Let us not tell the next chapter, let us write it all together. Before we hear from our speakers, I kindly invite you to watch the USJ alumni video. Many thanks to Mr. Naji Boulos for his dedication and talent in making this video possible. Enjoy it.
For a century and a half, St. Joseph University of Beirut has shaped generations of men and women driven by shared ideal, excellence, service, and commitment. In 1920, on the eve of the creation of Greater Lebanon, Father Kata, Rector and President of the Alumni Association, issued a passionate call.
Confortare est ovir. Soyez des femmes et des hommes et armez-vous de courage. C'est sur vous, l'élite du pays, que compte le Liban. Restez unis, inébranlables dans vos revendications. Aimez votre grand Liban, aimez-le beaucoup, aimez ses montagnes et ses cèdres, ses plaines et ses vallées, son soleil radieux, son ciel bleu et ses eaux limpides. Aimez sa glorieuse capitale, votre belle ville de Beyrouth. Aimez surtout sa foi religieuse, ses traditions, ses souvenirs, vos héros, vos saints, vos martyrs. Aimez cette terre pétrie du sang et des cendres sacrées de vos aïeux. Aimez ce peuple admirable entre tous.
These words have echoed through the decades, inspiring USJ alumni to build, innovate, and uphold the values of freedom, justice, and faith. Today, the Federation of USJ Alumni Associations embodies this living legacy. Over 100,000 alumni, a presence in 103 countries, forming a unique diaspora. 22 institutional associations, and 3 regional associations. 20 international associations. Being an alumnus of USJ means belonging to a family united by shared values and an unwavering attachment to its alma mater. It's about demonstrating solidarity and a faithful commitment to Jesuit values, with the desire to be men and women for others, particularly by supporting USJ students as they face immense challenges. Everywhere, alumni work towards a better future, proudly carrying the colors of their university and their homeland. Lebanon counts on them. The world recognizes their impact. Federation of USJ Alumni Associations. A network, a history, a commitment beyond borders.
Okay, we would ask, please, Reverend Fathers, to take the stage. Being a leader in challenging times is not just about making decisions. It's about fostering genuine connections, providing support, and guiding a community toward a shared vision. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Christian Macari, alumnus of the Faculty of Dental Medicine, President of the Federation of USJ Alumni Associations.
Reverend Fathers, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and humility that I stand before you today as the President of the Federation of St. Joseph University Alumni Associations in the presence of the very Reverend Father Arturo Sosa. Although we are celebrating our 150th anniversary, our gathering this morning is not only a celebration of our achievements and memories, but also a reaffirmation of the values and principles that have shaped us into the individuals we are today. I'm sure you heard about our values a lot today, but you will hear it from the mouth of alumni now. In 1973, Reverend Father Pedro Arupe, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus back then, in his speech at the Congress of Jesuit Alumni of Europe under the theme Education for Justice, stated that the purpose of Jesuit education is to form men and women for others. This statement that became since then a motto for all Jesuit alumni inspires us to engage into initiatives and reflective practices that foster a deeper sense of responsibility towards others. Therefore, our role as alumni extends far beyond the confines of our respective professions. Today, we chose to address our role and mission as former Jesuit students and torchbearers of the Jesuit ethos through the testimony of 7 distinguished alums that you will be hearing in the coming 30 minutes. We will reiterate our commitment towards social justice through intercommunity dialogue, citizenship initiatives, and social development. We will reaffirm our resilience facing the economic instability, health crisis, and humanitarian issues that are plaguing us. Our solidarity and dedication to our mission will help us navigate these turbulent times with force and determination. We might bend, but we will never break. We will commit to continue to support and guide the younger generation, and I'm happy today to have the student representatives. I asked them to be there with us because they represent the bridge between student life and alumni, and we are here to mentor them to empower you to become the leaders of tomorrow. I hope you will. Lastly, we will restate our belonging to our alma mater, St. Joseph University of Beirut. That is not only an educational institution. It is a beacon of hope, a sanctuary of learning, and a cradle of value that transcend time and place. Perdakash, I think that all of us, our devotion to USJ is unbreakable, and our dedication to its ideal is unwavering. Reverend Fathers, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to uphold Jesuit values and contribute to the betterment of our society, let us be the agents of change. Each one of us, with our unique experiences and diverse background, has the potential to impact the world in profound ways. Let us remember that our actions are not just for our own glory or vanity, but for a higher purpose. Let us strive to make a difference, not for recognition, but for the greater glory of God. Ad maiorem Dei gloriam. Thank you.
Imagine a world where dialogue is a force for transformation, healing, and lasting bonds. This is the power of true connection, built on dedication and commitment. Please join me in welcoming former Minister of Education, President Abbas Halabi, alumnus of the Faculty of Law and Political Science, President of the Faculty of Law and Political Science Alumni Association, and co-founder of the Arab Islamic Christian Group for Dialogue.
Good afternoon, everyone. Reverend Father Superior, Reverend Father Rector, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to extend a warm welcome to you on my behalf and on behalf of my colleagues in the Association of Alumni of the Faculty of Law and Political Science. We are truly delighted to participate in this gathering and to be here with you all today. The St. Joseph University of Beirut remains a beacon of academic and ethical excellence, both in Lebanon and in the wider region. Since its founding, the university has been committed to nurturing in its students a sense of civic duty and responsibility towards the community and the Lebanese society as a whole. Over the years, generations of students were taught about the importance of upholding the values of democracy, dialogue, freedom, coexistence, and religious pluralism. I know that I do not only speak for myself, but that also speak for many others, including my colleagues at the Alumni Association, when I say that these values have stayed with me and have guided me throughout my career. On a personal level, my experience as a student at the Faculty of Law and Political Science is one of the reasons that I felt compelled to become involved in many initiatives for fostering Muslim-Christian dialogue in Lebanon, the Arab world, and even on the international stage. The lessons I have learned from this experience also helped me tremendously in my role as a Minister of Education and Higher Education, where I had to bring together different and sometimes opposing points of view, and most importantly, make sure that all of the stakeholders and the communities that I served felt included and heard. It is my hope that the university will be able to continue its mission of inspiring the next generation of students to be involved in their communities, respect and celebrate the diversity of our society, and become the leaders of tomorrow. Despite all of the challenges that Lebanon has faced, if we stand together, I'm certain that the university will succeed in continuing its mission to the benefit of Lebanon and the broader Arab world. In this context of our work at the Alumni Association, those values have driven us to fund the education of hundreds of young Lebanese students from all backgrounds and religions who required financial assistance to pursue their academic journeys. Despite the economic crisis that our country has faced, we are committed to keep going in this mission. Once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Salim Dakkash, Rector of St. Joseph University of Beirut, for his invitation to this gathering with Father Arturo Sosa Abascal, Superior General of the Society of Jesus, who honored us with his visit that coincided with the feast of St. Joseph, the patron saint of this prestigious university, making this meeting even more special and meaningful. Thank you very much.
What if citizenship were defined by the values that bind us? Justice, unity, and progress. What if every choice brought us closer to a society that respects all rights? Please join me in welcoming President Shukri Sadr, Honorary President of the Federation of USJ Alumni Association and former President of the State Council.
Bonjour tout le monde. On m'a demandé de faire cette gentille petite intervention, certainement modeste intervention, en langue anglaise. Mais je voudrais rappeler à tout le monde que le slogan adopté par la Fédération des Anciens de l'USJ, c'est une force citoyenne au service du Liban. Voilà. Reverend Fathers, Excellencies, today we gather to celebrate the exceptional role of St. Joseph University alumni in upholding Jesuit values and citizenship in the service of Lebanon and its institutions. Since its establishment 150 years ago, USG has nurtured generations of leaders who have significantly contributed to the development and expansion of Lebanese institutions, both public and private. The Jesuit values, such as academic excellence, social justice, and service to others, are deeply embedded in the education that St. Joseph University provides to its students. These values have guided our alumni in their professional and personal journeys, inspiring them to become agents of change and advocates for the common good. USG alumni have always been present in Lebanese institutions, playing key roles in various sectors. We don't have to forget that 5 presidents of the Lebanese Republic and 5 prime ministers were USG alumni. Members of the government, members of parliament, judges, military officers, and more. Their commitment to public service and their dedication to build a better Lebanon are living testimonies to the impact of the Jesuit education. As members of the St. Joseph University community, we are proud to see our alumni continue to uphold the values of their alma mater. Their contributions to Lebanese society are invaluable, and their legacy serves as an inspiration for future generations. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to all alumni, USG alumni, for their dedication and service. You are the true ambassadors of Jesuit and citizenship values, and your work will certainly continue to shape the future of Lebanon. Thank you.
In a world facing economic challenges, true leadership turns adversity into opportunity, inspires resilience, and drives growth. Such leaders leave a lasting impact, even in tough times. Please join me in welcoming President Samir Assaf, Chairman of the Board of HSBC Middle East Holdings, President of the Board of Directors of Foundation USG, and alumnus of the Faculty of Economics.
Thank you very much, and I'm really delighted to be with you today. Reverend Father, Reverend Fathers, Excellencies, friends, colleagues, alumni. Of course, I will pay my tribute to celebrating the 150 years of St. Joseph University, 150 years of shaping minds, actually, building futures, and serving society, despite what Lebanon became today. USG has been a pillar of education in Lebanon, producing generations of leaders, thinkers, and change makers across all fields. Though, despite wars, crises, and challenges, USG has remained unwavering in the mission to provide excellence in education, advanced research, and, of course, serve the community. Because education is not a privilege, it's actually a right. Every student who has the will to learn, grow, and contribute to society deserves the opportunity to do so, regardless of financial circumstances. Unfortunately, many of our students today face economic hardship, putting their education and their future at risk. I know the reality because I lived it. Years ago, I was one of those students. I had the passion and the drive, modestly, but without financial support, my education would not have been possible. Thanks to a scholarship from USG, I was able to complete my studies at USG. Later, another scholarship gave me the opportunity to continue my education in France. Those scholarships didn't just pay for my education. They opened doors, shaped my career, and allowed me to stand before you today. This is why, as part of USG 150 anniversary, we are launching a historic initiative, a fundraising campaign to raise, believe it or not, $150 million US. And this is not just a number. It represents thousands of students who will get the education they deserve. We haven't collected anything yet, so be patient till the last. As president of the USG Foundation, I'm proud to say that we are ready. We have assembled a dedicated board. Some of them are with us today, finalized governance, finally, and already began raising funds, actually. We raised a few millions already. The foundation's mission is clear: to secure funding for education, research, and to support our hospital, Hôtel Dieu de France. Because the strength of USJ is not just in its classrooms, it is in the commitment to knowledge, discovery, and saving lives. At this moment, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Père Dakash, of course, like anyone else have done already, for his unwavering leadership and dedication to USJ. His vision and commitment have been instrumental in ensuring that our students continue to receive a world-class education despite the challenges we face. I also want to thank you, many alumni who have already stepped up. You are proof that USJ spirit does not end at graduation. It lives in every success story, in every door you open for next generation. Your generosity, mentorship, and dedication are already changing lives, and for that, we are incredibly grateful. But today, I call upon the USJ, I call upon the entire USJ congregation worldwide. Whether you are in Lebanon, Europe, Americas, Africas, or in the Middle East, this is our moment to come together. And I'm so privileged as well to have our Reverend Father with us. And of course, I will call on you and the whole congregation of USJ, of the Jesuits, to help us in this quest. And there are many, many, many things that you can help us with, and we need your help and support. For 150 years, USJ has embodied the very essence of the Jesuit values: academic excellence, service, ethics, and a deep commitment to the common good. Now it's up to us to ensure that those values continue to thrive for a generation to come. We need your support. We need your support all. We need your support on the stage as well. Your contributions, your network, your voice, every donation, no matter the size, every donation, no matter the size, brings us closer to ensuring that no student is left behind, that research continues, and that our hospital remains a beacon of care. Together we can transform lives. Together we can secure the future of USJ generation to come. Let's make this happen. Together, please. Thank you.
The strength of a society lies in its youth, their energy, their vision, and ability to drive change. To build a brighter future, we must invest in today's leaders. Please join me in welcoming Professor Christine Babikian-Assaf, historian, honorary dean of the Faculty of Humanities, director of the Fond Khatchik Babikian, and Raoul Assaf's Fund, alumna of the Faculty of Humanities.
Very Reverend Father Arturo Sosa, very Reverend Fathers, Excellencies, dear all. To create new knowledge, transfer it, place it at the service of society, to promote development, justice, and question on purpose in teaching and research, this, in a nutshell, is the mission of our university. Once our students have graduated and become alumni, it is up to them to put these values into practice and to spread them in the professional world, just as it's up to them to continue their commitment through their involvement in student training and access to the job market. I will start with the academic side, the student training. As USJ alumni, a fairly large number of us are involved in academic responsibilities and teaching. Our role is to listen to our students, to emphasize questions on purpose and service in the discipline they have chosen, and to transmit on a daily basis the other values we ourselves have acquired rigor, integrity, ethics, freedom of thought and conscience, critical thinking, etc. USJ alumni are also involved in education through their participation in faculty advisory boards, whose goal is to adapt curricula to the ever-changing job market and thus facilitate students' employability. As said by Dr. Samira Saf, our alumni are also called upon to play an essential role in providing financial support. My late father, Khachik Babikian, who was behind one of the first scholarship funds in the 1990s and who was an alumni of the law school, firmly believed in education as the main weapon for overcoming the injustice of fate and breaking free from the cycle of charity. Similarly, our alumni role must be further developed in this respect, since they currently represent only 20% of donors, while 55% of our students turn to social services. And here I would like to acknowledge and pay tribute to the work of the USJ Foundation and to the Service Social, which spares no effort to facilitate the donation process. And finally, USJ alumni also help young people transition from student to alumnus and facilitate their integration in the workforce. This support involves mentoring and internship, which, as we know, often leads to employment. If possible, they will be offered professional opportunities in Lebanon, because let's not forget that one of the primary missions of our university is to serve our country. However, should the graduates decide to try their luck, temporarily or permanently, in other climes, the alumni will call on their international network to welcome and support them in their endeavors. They will in turn join and enrich the Lebanese diaspora, which has always been a great and powerful asset for Lebanon. Thank you.
In times of health crisis, some individuals rise to the challenges, combining expertise with a deep sense of responsibility. Their work extends beyond their medical practices, touching lives, inspiring hope, and offering guidance when needed most. Please join me in welcoming Assistant Professor in Hôtel Dieu de France, Dr. Walid Abou Hamad, Co-Head of Student Affairs Department, alumnus of the Faculty of Medicine.
Very Reverend Father General, Reverend Fathers, dear USJ alumni and friends, it's with deep gratitude that I give this testimony today, not only as a doctor, not only as an alumnus of St. Joseph University, but as someone who has witnessed moments that tested the core of our humanity. It's easy to speak of values in good times. Amor et miseria. St. Ignatius reminds us that love is found not only in peace, but also in adversity, and adversity we have known. October 2019, economy collapse, banks froze deposit, inflation soared, patients could no longer afford medicine, and hospitals struggled to import supplies. March 2020, COVID-19 halted the world. Hôtel Dieu de France rose to the challenge, opening its doors almost for free. The fight for vaccines became a race against time. Some of our alumni physicians working in hospitals all over Lebanon paid the ultimate price, sacrificing their own lives in service of others. August 4, 2020, 6:07 p.m., Beirut was shattered, thousands wounded. We ran not because we were unafraid, but because duty is greater than fear. A friend and colleague of mine and fellow USJ alumnus doctor on shift at St. George Hospital was injured, lost consciousness, woke up, tied a bandage around his forehead, and ran, not for himself, but to evacuate the pediatric ward. September 17, 2024, 3:30 p.m., another explosion, this time of 5,000 pager, and just like before, we ran. In the emergency rooms of Hotel Dieu, there was no room for division. We did not ask for names. We didn't ask for affiliation. We only asked, where does it hurt? And so began a 3-month war, a surreal mix of science fiction and the absurd. Since 2019, and because all of this, at every gathering, I hear the same question: why didn't you leave? Many had the choice, many did, but in our hospital, almost no one left. Across Lebanon, most of our alumni physicians chose to stay because USG stands on a triple mission: excellence, cultural openness, and spirituality. They didn't leave because they understood that excellence is not just about skills, it's about responsibility. And openness, it's not about seeking opportunities elsewhere, it's about opening up and serving our own people. And faith and values do not abandon us in hardship, they drive us to stand firm. We did not just stay and resist, we even progressed. Hotel Dieu de France continues to cater for all. And not only has it survived the crisis, but alongside USG's Faculty of Medicine, it's now better equipped than ever. Just as an example, it houses 2 surgical robots, the only center in the Middle East to have one for training and the other for offering surgeries to patients. Is it a testament of resilience, or even more, an act of defiance? Because this is what it means to be a doctor, because this is what it means to be a Jesuit-trained professional. St. Ignatius teaches us love ought to manifest itself more in deeds than in words. And this is exactly what we have done. Long before resilience became à la mode, before Boris Cyrulnik defined it, there were the Lebanese and there were the Jesuit institutions. And so I stand before you today, proud, so proud to represent both, hoping alongside my alma mater not only to witness, but to be an agent of a new Lebanon, and let's be ambitious, a better word. In difficultà, virtus. Thank you.
Social development requires both vision and action. Some individuals lead the way, ensuring their work transforms lives and communities. Through compassion and strategy, they bring about positive change for all. I would like to introduce 2 speakers who will be speaking in turn. Please join me in welcoming first Mrs. Yamin Ghamrawi, President of the Lil Khair Ana wa Enta Association, alumna of the University Institute of Technology of the North Lebanon branch. Second, Mr. Alexandre Adam, Executive Director at Adyan Foundation, alumnus of the Lebanese School of Social Work, Human Rights Activists. Please, the floor is yours.
Dear Father, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's such an honor to stand before you today. 28 years after I walked these very halls as a student, filled with the dreams and ambition. Now, I'm almost 50 years old, with a heart full of gratitude and wisdom, carrying with me years of hard work and achievements. My journey has taken me far beyond the classroom, and I'm grateful for every twist and turn. When I first left here, my goal was simple: to build a successful career and to create a future that my family could be proud of. Little did I know, my true calling wasn't just about personal success, but about giving back to the community in a way that would truly make a difference. I now have the privilege of leading a charity organization dedicated to empowering others in Tripoli. The lessons I learned here about leadership, resilience, and community are now guiding the work we do every day to support those in need. University St. Joseph instilled in me the belief that education is not just about what we learn in the classroom, but how we apply that knowledge to shape the world around us and accept our differences. I stand today before my deans and my mentors, the ones who challenged and inspired me throughout my life. Your guidance didn't just prepare me for exams, but for the complexities of life itself. As a financial analyst, I learned how to think critically, how to ask the right questions, how to examine details, how to plan projects, and God willing, how to succeed and serve others with grace. If I can share with you today one message, it's this: success isn't just about individual achievement. It's about lifting each other up and collecting good deeds. When my country is good, I thrive. When my community is strong, I'm fulfilled. When my fellow citizens succeed, I succeed too. That's the true power of giving and the lesson that this university taught me so many years ago. And to my fellow alumni, let's continue to support and uplift each other, carrying forward the spirit of University St. Joseph wherever we go. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Reverend Fathers, esteemed guests, dear colleagues, Lebanon has lived through more than 50 years of hardship, wars, crises, and instability that have deeply affected most of our public institutions. In the face of the breakdown in public services, we, as social workers, between others, graduating from USJ and the School of Social Work, stood on the front lines. We worked with affected communities, providing life-saving support and driving local development when few others could. Together with our partners in NGOs, we worked tirelessly, filling critical gaps in services and standing as a lifeline for so many. We were not just service providers. We became agents of change, helping our communities build resilience, dignity, and hope. But today, 50 years on, as we dare to envision a better Lebanon, our duties continue to evolve. We must put more weight on social policies and influencing the priorities. We remain being called not just as social workers, but also as policymakers, decision takers, and advocates for a just society. Guided by the values of our Jesuit education, we are driven by care for the whole person and by always seeking the greater good. In collaboration with the public institution, we must work to restore their rightful role in protecting the rights, dignity, and sovereignty of this country. This is essence for being men and women for and with others, building a Lebanon where justice, human dignity, and the common good prevail. Hence, the role of our 70-year-old School of Social Work is needed more than ever. Thank you.
We Jesuits are people of hope. We believe another world is possible, said Father Arturo Sosa, Superior General of the Society of Jesus. As Jesuits, we are called to serve a world in need, and we can only do so by working together. These powerful words reflect Father Sosa's leadership, which has been characterized by a deep commitment to collaboration, social justice, and education. Since his election in 2016, he has guided the Society with compassion and wisdom. It is a privilege and a great honor to welcome the Very Reverend Father Arturo Sosa. The floor is yours.
Thank you, and I don't know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, maybe. I know how hard it is to put together and maintain together alumni, and I really happy to hear the persons that are doing that. No, that's that being together is not easy. No, being together in this kind of association, especially going beyond also only to remember what was good the time of the university, to get involved, to get really involved in programs and solidarity and fundraising and all what it is needed. So thank you for your work in that sense. I just want to say a word about how one of the challenges I feel for all the association of alumni is to continue the dialogue. So the university should be a kind of school of dialogue, and how to continue this dialogue, taking advantage of one of the most important characteristic of a university, taking the university also as alumni. When we define the university community, we used to say students, teachers, administrative personnel, and alumni, no, as part of the same community. So how this community, that is an intergenerational community, how to take advantage of that. So I think that is one of the most important dimensions of the university, a characteristic of the university that other institutions do not have. No, the possibility of put in dialogue so many different generations, from students coming maybe 18, 19, 20 years old to alumni that can be really a very different generation. So how to put that together? How to foster an intergenerational dialogue that is so important in this moment of the world. So the reconciliation, we mentioned that word as definition of the mission of the society in the church. Reconciliation among generations is so important. So now the differences between generations is quite, and generations are very short now, no? When I was in my role as rector of the university, the president of the Council of Students came to my office and said, I don't know what to do with these guys of the first year. I don't understand them. So generation gap can be very close now. So how to maybe come this gap how to make bridges and how to make a big dialogue. I think this is one of the bases of a really citizenship for democracy. So to be able to dialogue among generations is a condition for being citizenship and to foster democracy, because democracy in our society should have this capacity of dialogue among generations, as among religions, among cultures, but also among generations. So I just invite you to try to create bridges among generations. I cannot leave this morning, this auditorium, without saying this. The Society of Jesus is made by Jesuits, so persons. No, you have mentioned a lot of them, and you have a good memory of them. We need Jesuits. We need Jesuits. So I will like to congratulate the Jesuits coming from St. Joseph University. No? So don't forget that it's also a very nice way of living and to serve and to be part of this university. Thank you so much.
I would like to invite the Very Reverend Father to come up along with the President of the Federation, the speakers, and the President of associations, please, to the stage. But before, on behalf of the Federation, President Makari would like to present a trophy to the Very Reverend Father.
Les présidents d'associations, please.
Et les intervenants.
Le Père Général voudrait avoir une photo avec vous. À tout le monde.
On va élargir le cercle. Thank you.
بلا صوروا تحت ايه وين تحت
Je sais. Comment on a demandé qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire?